now that visitors are allowed back into the Philippines with some jumping through some hoops, but nonetheless, visitors are allowed back in. There's now much more of an interest in what things are like, what to expect when returning to Barretto. People have been gone for more than 2 years, and I'm going to tell you what I see is changing in those 2 years and what to expect when you come back to Barretto. The bottom line is that things are much better than expected. You would think, with deaths being reported and quarantines and curfews and barricades and checkpoints, that it would be a total disaster here in Barretto with nothing to return to for a tourist. But it's not nearly as bad as you would think. If somebody told me 2 years ago that we would be shut down for nearly 2 years, I'd say, well, half the businesses would be gone. There would just no way that they could survive. But a lot of businesses have survived. If you liked Barretto in the past, if you like the small town, bay, mountain type of environment that we have here in Barretto, then you're going to like it when you return. You're not going to see a whole lot of different things, actually. As far as restaurants are concerned, they fared very well. I'm surprised. My top 10 restaurants of 2 years ago all survived. I would have thought 1 or 2 would have gone out of business in 2 years with so little business, but they're all hanging on best they can. The restaurant situation here in Barretto is actually better than it was 2 years ago. Not for the owners, of course. Nobody's getting rich owning a restaurant the last 2 years, but for we expats living here and visitors now coming back, things are better than they were 2 years ago for restaurants. A couple of new ones started up that are excellent. The Jewel restaurant started 2 years ago, just 2 months before the start of the pandemic. That's an excellent restaurant. I recommend that. And then another restaurant opened up about a year ago, Mylene's, next to Hot Zone. And it is excellent. It's among my number 1 or number 2. It kind of flips back and forth between that and Sit and Bowl. They're both very different restaurants. Those are my 2 favorite restaurants, and I go back and forth between those 2 the most. But there are several very good restaurants here in town that I go to from time to time. The hotel situation is just about identical to what it was 2 years ago. There might be a couple, 3, 4 hotels that are still closed that were not very popular before, but all the major ones, over 90% of hotels are still open, and you can get a good price right now. So that situation is almost identical to what it was before. Now, the thing that has changed the most are the bar situation. A lot of bars closed, others moved. Some new bars opened up. And there are so many changes that I won't be able to remember all of them right now. But let me see if I can come up with the names and get most of them. The bar closures, that list is rather long. It's start off with Tea Rose, Man Cave, Scallion, Rum Jungle, Lollipop, Office, Winking Pussycat, Cocoa Lips, 2020 Bar, Wild Island. Wow. I'm sure I missed 1 or 2 in there, but you get the idea. The list was long. But other bars opened up either a brand new location or in the place of one of the bars that closed. It doesn't matter anymore. Opened up where T Rose was. You got Whiskey Girl that opened up where Office was. You got, let's see, I'm trying to think of some other ones, that brand new ones that opened up. There's some small bars that opened, 3 small bars, Monkey Fingers, kind of a strange name. Curve Bar. There's another little bar right in that area. Cheer Bar, little tiny bar. A new bar that opened that's significant is Lux Bar that opened up underneath the Adams Sports Bar, and I forgot to add Adams. They opened up the last 2 years. The new bar underneath the Lux Bar is a nice bar, I'm told, a very nice bar. I have not been yet. Then you've got a new one that's going to open up that's kind of interesting. It's going to be called the Bar Baretto. That bar was around about a dozen years ago. It's going in where Cocoa Lips used to be, and they'll be ready to go in a few weeks, probably. They're working at it every day. So the bar situation is still okay, not what it was before, but there's still plenty of bars in town. You don't have to worry about that, that's for sure. Plenty of bars. And another big opening was the Green Room. The Green Room went in where Rum Jungle used to be in the maze. That's a popular bar. This is where the Sit-In Bowl used to be. They moved down to the highway to the maze where Lollipop used to be. It was a good move for them. New refurbished area, aircon. Seems like there's more business for them down there. Now this building is being, where they used to be, is being refurbished to be a restaurant bar. It's being enclosed with glass windows. They're going to have aircon. In the back, they've torn everything out except the kitchen, where they will be putting in an outdoor garden area for people who want to sit out there to eat or drink. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. It's looking like they're putting a lot of money into the place. And there is the maze. Been repainted the past year or so. There's the Green Room where Rum Jungle used to be. Upstairs in Barcelona, they're still in business. Wet Spot is still there. And Sit-In Bowl, that's their new location where Lollipop Club used to be. One of the best restaurants in town, the Pub, is moving. They have to move out of the Pub hotel because it's being sold and they're not renewing the lease on the restaurant. They moved down here, the other end of town, across from Chamboli's. If you're looking out Chamboli's and a little to the right, you will see the new John's Sushi and Steakhouse barbecue grill. The restaurant's on the second level, and the pool table will be on the covered roof. And it's a big area up there. The roof area is large. It's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. So there you go. You're up to date on what's going on here in Barretto the last couple of years. The restaurant business is actually better than it was 2 years ago. The hotel business is virtually the same. The bar business has changed a lot, but there's still plenty of bars in town. No problem there. Probably too many still, but they're here waiting for the visitors. Everything is all set to go. If you liked Barretto in the past, you're going to like it still today.